company root is where we would put the route, the saved route to load from a pre-saved route, but I'm not going to use it yet, obviously, because I'm going to do the route from scratch. Right, if I get a route now of route finder, Echo Golf Lima Lima to Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot, and just set the flight levels 260 to 320, set the ARC cycle to 0907, and yeah, that's right. Let's find the route now. Okay, Echo Golf Lima Lima, SID. Ignore the star in the SID, because that's just showing you that you'll add a SID and add a star when they are needed. So we'll just start from Buzzard all the way to Margo. Okay, Buzzard, we'll put Buzzard in. B-U-Z, where are you? A-B, B. Put that in the 2, leave the first via empty, and it will be filled with a direct until we add the SID, at which time that will be replaced by the SID. So we'll just continue entering the route. So Buzzard, Upper Tango 420, Upper Tango 420 airway. Airways go in the via, and waypoints or VORs go into the 2. Right, so to Trent, Tango November Tango, and just keep doing that all the way down. Upper November 57 to Pole Hill, Upper November 57. Actually, I'm going to be lazy now. I'm going to activate keyboard input and use my physical keyboard now. POL. There we are. Upper November 601 to Margo, and that's our last set of airways and waypoints. Margo. Activate that. And the route will now appear in magenta on your navigation display. If I zoom out a bit there, if I change the range of the navigation display, you will see the rest of the route there in pink. And let's get rid of that for a second. Right, if I go back to the, if I press next page to get back to the main screen of the main page of the Route 1 function, we have now put our route in, and we can save that. We can click route copy, and that saves the route. I don't want to save it with the SID that I'm going to use, because when you're on VATSIM and you get given different departures, or standard instrument departures, SIDs, of course they change all the time because the winds change, and at Heathrow, for example, after 3 o'clock Zulu, the runways change from landing 27 left to 27 right, and takeoff 27 right to 27 left. So that's just for example. You don't want to set and then save a departure route because of the aforementioned reasons. And right, we can go to the next page now, which is the performance initialization page. What we're going to do now is just go to the PMDG options and go to fuel set, and just for this flight I'm going to use 1/3 full. Apply now. OK, and that will set the onboard fuel. to £127,700. There we are. If we see this little arrow next to the gross weight dual, you just click that and it will fill in the zero fuel weight. It will auto calculate the zero fuel weight, which is £525,900, and we'll just put the reserves in. I'll just use £20,000 for reserves. That's what we want to land with at least. Cost index normally is around 80 or something, 80 or 90 sometimes. Flight level 260 we'll use. Now with this flight level you can either put 260 plane, just like that, or you can write out 26000 and put that in, or you can put Foxtrot Lima 260, flight level 260, and then put that in, all the same. Right, there's that. Thrust limit page now. We are pretty light. We only have 127.7 thousand pounds of fuel, so we can just use a D rate of I'll use minus 15% because we are quite light. We'll leave the thrust SEL to blank. Go to the takeoff page. Actually, before I go to the takeoff page, I'll just explain more about the thrust limit page. If we are at a heavier weight, if we're going to do a heavy takeoff, say you're going from Heathrow to San Francisco or something, a long haul trip, you'd like to obviously take off with more fuel, so the aircraft would obviously be heavier, and therefore you wouldn't use a D rate because you need all the power you can get to take off the runway. So you would use about 30 in the SEL, about 30, or you could use 25 or 40 sometimes. I normally use 25 to 40 degrees. Okay, back to the takeoff page now. We are, as I said, very light, so I'll just use flaps 10. In the Boeing 747-400, we either use flaps 10 or 20. Never 1, 5 or any other numbers. We just use 10 or 20. 20 for heavy takeoffs, 10 for light takeoffs. In the EO acceleration height, we'll use 1,000 feet. Flaps thrust reduction, flaps 5. Climb 2. That's the D rate for the climb. And we'll enter the V speeds now. No, actually, we'll leave the V speeds for now because we've not selected a runway for takeoff yet. We'll just put the center of gravity in. CG trim 5.7. That's what we need to set as the trim. Okay, just check the legs page now. Make sure everything's in order. Okay, and if we go to the VNAV page now, set the VNAV page. I always leave the Econ climb page as it is, apart from the speed restriction, 250 below 10. Otherwise, it will exceed it and do 256 knots instead of 250. It will always override and do the speed that it says it will do. Right, we need to set 6,000 feet transition level in England now. Well, transition altitude anyway. There we are. Obviously, flight level 180 in America, flight level 60 in England. Okay, if we go to the next page, we can set the cruise speed. I normally do Mach decimal 85 for short hops in the 747. Just put that in. As you can see, it's automatically recalculated it and just put 8.849. You could put like 0.85